And welcome back. It's still Friday, February 28th, 2014. This is still the Morning Edition, and I, of course, am still Yael Wissner Levy. Thank you for staying with us. They're here. The 86th Academy Award ceremony will be taking place on Sunday night, where the biggest films of the year, Gravity, 12 Years a Slave, Nebraska, Wolf of Wall Street, and others, will duke out head-to-head for those coveted golden statuettes. We're joined now by the Jewish News 1 correspondent, Ron Jaccobsohn, who is here with his bets on the winners and the losers. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning. You see, I was upgraded to the beginning of the hour because of the Oscars. Isn't that amazing?
Indeed. I mean, this is
it's my time of year.
This is interesting stuff. I mean, this is stuff we need to know. I'm waiting for the dresses, but yeah, everyone waits for their own aspect of the Oscars.
Yeah. So the thing with the Oscars this year, it seems like it's going to be kind of a bore unless there's a few upsets. And what is upsets? It's someone who we don't predict is going to win. So the race is starting, with all those nominations. So we have with the most nominations, the American Hustle, of course, and Gravity, both with 10. Then we have 12 Years a Slave with 9, and then the list goes on. But who is going to win the most awards, and who is going to win the most prestigious awards? Because I think that is going to be the two things this year, because Gravity is going to come out of the Oscar night with the most awards because it has so many technical categories it is nominated at, which is going to win, including the soundtrack category, which is going to be an Israeli guy who's going to win.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
The criticism of Gravity is really that it's not Oscar-worthy in the sense of it's not like a riveting plot. It's two characters that we see the entire movie. And yes, there's a lot of technical aspects of it that it is Oscar-worthy. But in terms of Best Picture, would you say Gravity is going to get it?
No. Well, if it's an upset, yes. But the sure bet is going to be 12 Years a Slave, which is a movie that is, talks to Oscar voters because it is this epic story of a free black man who is enslaved and his journey to prove his innocence so he will be freed again.
Which is also something so American and something that the Academy looks upon as something, this is something that they want to award with, rather than
even though
Sandra Bullock in space.
Even though I must say that this movie, which is directed by a British director, even though also not African but British African, so to say, he directed a movie which is not as touching. You would expect that you'd cry in this movie. It's a very aesthetic movie. It's not as as touching as you would expect from an Oscar movie like that. But let's talk about who we think is going to win. So we said 12 Years a Slave is going to win Best Picture. Okay,
I'm putting my money on it.
Okay, director, they're going to go for Gravity, so it is going to be Alfonso Cuarón. It is an achievement to direct a movie like that. And
although there are other directors there, the big names of Spike Jonze and Martin Scorsese, both who have had a little controversy leading up to the Oscars. Spike Jonze is being sued right now for her.
I, by the way, love her. I would want her to win for everything, but that's just me. Actor, Matthew McConaughey, again, I think not deserving, but once the buzz starts, it's going there.
Although he did such a transformation from this.
Yeah, but do you really should you win an Oscar for losing weight? People go to Weight Watchers. They don't win Oscars for that.
Maybe because of his acting in the movie. But
I don't know. I didn't see much of a difference.
That's a good point. I didn't think of it that way.
And then Kate Blanchett for Blue Jasmine, the Woody Allen movie. All those people who I'm mentioning now have won all the awards leading to the Oscars. That's why it's not going to be such a surprise unless another name is going to be mentioned once they open the envelope. Two more categories.
And the Wolf of Wall Street, I mean, we have like the biggest Hollywood names, Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio. McConaughey's also in that, and it's like this 3-hour feast for the eyes, almost. You don't think anything is going to, no one's going to look over?
It doesn't look like it for now. Supporting actors, just to give me the winners list, we have Jared Leto for Dallas Buyers Club. Again, not as deserving, to be in drag is deserving to be winning an Oscar. I don't know, but and then Lupita Nyong'o, who is the supporting actress in 12 Years Slave. She's
a newcomer.
She's a newcomer. This is almost her first movie. She's British, and you know, she's humble. She's nice. She's always just telling a story of her grandmother who didn't live to see this and who wanted her to be in Hollywood. And it's, you know, it's good stories.
Which the Academy very much loves those, you know, Cinderella stories.
Let's talk about if there's an upset. Okay, so if there's an upset in the women's category, it would be Amy Adams winning, because she is the only actress nominated in this category that has never won. All the other actors who are nominated there have won. If the Oscars go if the voters at the Oscars go for something, you know, oh, we'll give someone who has not won a million awards so far, so that would be the one. You were mentioning Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. He is the only one in the men's category that has been nominated several times and not won. All the men in that category have not won yet, so anyone who's going to win there, it's a surprise.
For no matter what.
And as we said, Gravity for winning for Best Picture would be a big surprise. So would David O. Russell winning for American Hustle. That would be the biggest surprises. But you know, in recent years we have not seen any of those surprises. You know, I always say that they should give the Best Picture category, rename it to be Best Campaign of the Year, because
who made the most headlines?
Yeah, because the studios are hiring the best in the business to run campaigns starting from October and leading towards the Oscars. And you would ask, you know, why would they do it? Is it more money in the box office? At the end of the day, not so much. It's more the prestige. It's almost, if I dare say, a pissing contest between the studios who has gotten more Oscars.
Right.
Because, for instance, a movie like 12 Years Slave that everyone says is going to win, and you would think that people would run to see it, has only made $50 million at the box office, which is nothing.
And you know, there's not a lot of controversy surrounding this Oscar. Usually we have a lot of stories behind the scenes. We're not getting a lot of that, you know, dirt and gossip that we usually hear before. The only thing that I can think of is, of course, Dylan Farrow's op-ed to the New York Times. Will that at all hinder Blue Jasmine in any way, do you think, at the Oscars?
I don't think so, because Woody Allen is notorious for not coming to pick up his Oscars anyway, so there won't be any controversy.
And Kate Blanchett and so forth has distanced herself already.
Yeah, she's dedicated all her wins now to Philip Seymour Hoffman, not even saying thank you to Woody Allen. Very smart on her part, by the way.
And that's also a good PR.
We have to talk about the dresses before we go.
That's why I'm here this morning. This is exactly why I woke up.
So, you know, the Academy Awards has become the biggest fashion show in the world. More than Milan and Paris and all those places. The fashion designers are wooing the actresses sometimes with hundreds of dresses that you know that they want them to wear, and it all goes down to the minute the actress or actor go out of their hotel suite with that specific dress. And it's very interesting because some say, conspiracy theory rise, that there are actually only like 5 stylists who are the biggest in Hollywood, and they do all the big names. And that's why when we go down the red carpet and, you know, you have all the people like the Joan Rivers talking about the dresses, all of a sudden they say, oh, red is the new black and yellow is the new black, because there's just a few stylists who decide what kind of dresses they are, and that's why we get to see this. But
you know, there's such a fine line between fashion genius and fashion like mess up. You know, you really can just mess it up if, you know, you want to get the headlines, you want the cameras on you, so you need to go with something a little bit edgy. But edgy can go so wrong. We've seen it in the past. And
we see that especially with the young actors in Hollywood who think that, you know, if they wear something that is out there, they'll get the attention, but sometimes it's the wrong attention. And this wrong attention on the red carpet can really lead to a lot of bad headlines you really don't want in your career.
Bjork in the swan dress.
Yes,
just the swan. I mean, you can go on and on.
Not to mention that one.
You know, we need a whole new show just for the fashion of the Oscars. Ron Jaccobsohn, J1 correspondent, thank you for joining us this morning.